Hello friends, I'm back. Actually, there was some problem with the camera here. So I hope that you people will join again. So we are going to talk about the world history in detail. And this world history will be for the candidates, those who are preparing for NDA and other examinations, right? Minimum 3 to 4 questions are asked from this world history, and the syllabus for this is like from your ninth and 10th standard. Okay, there are chapters like World War One, World War Two. Okay, then American Revolution, French Revolution, Russian Revolution. This kind of questions are asked. So you have to be prepared for this kind of question. And today I'm going to explain you in such a way, crispy way, that everything will be in one hand. Okay, you need not refer different books, you need not refer different. No, there are plenty of books in the market. You don't know from where to read, how to understand, like that. This plays a very crucial role, and believe me that you can score very high marks when it comes to this GK part. GK part is very easy, and one question carries 4 marks. So you can imagine 50 questions of English, right? 50 questions of English, you can easily cross 100 marks. Then you have another 30, 40 questions of GK where polity is there, history is there, other topics are there. You can easily cross it. Okay, so need not worry. Today I'll be telling you how to crack these exams. Yes, hi Nashik. Hi, nice to meet you. So I hope these NDA exams are coming closer. So you are going to prepare it very fast, or you are getting plenty of time. So definitely, maybe in the month of July or August, this NDA exam will be conducted. So let us wait and see. June 5 is the date on which the UPSC is going to decide when should be this NDA exams and civil service prelims and all. So we'll just wait and see. Okay. So I hope you are ready with your notebooks and pen and paper so that you can make use of these classes. Right? Just 2 minutes. I'm back here. Fine. Now, when it comes to world history, first thing you should understand what is American Revolution. Okay, American Revolution. Now, what is happening in this American Revolution is that there are some people, those who are doing trade in America. This is happening in North America. In North America, there are already some people, those who are doing trade. For example, French people have gone long back there and they have started their business there. So, what happens? There is a competition between these people. French people are doing business, then English people are also doing business. Then slowly there is a land dispute because as the businesses increases, there is a dispute between land. One person want to intrude in other person's land. So this becomes a challenge for this this in the North American land, and then there is a fight between two factions. So we are going to watch what happens here in these two factions, and then we are going to detailedly discuss about what is exactly happening in the American Revolution. What are the important points? What are the important persons that you have to keep in mind? Right. So American Revolution, this happens in North America. For example, if I draw this globe here, this equator, this is North America. So this happens in North America here, American Revolution. And you very well know, America is called as the world's oldest democracy. Okay, world's oldest democracy is America. World's largest democracy is India. Okay, so what is the difference between oldest? That is where the democracy started. That is where the fundamental right, the issue of fundamental right, everything started from American Constitution. Okay, so these things you have to keep in mind. Now, what happens here in North America? You have, okay, suppose if this is North America here, already some business was going here, and French people, okay, people from France, they were doing business. People from France, they were doing business here. Slowly, what happened? This is Europe. Okay, imagine this is Europe. You should know the world geography in detail. Europe means, nowadays there is a news about European Union. This may be a question asked in your GK paper. Which country was out from this European Union recently? So answer is Britain, Brexit, right? So here in Europe, there is a country called as United Kingdom, or I can call it as England. Okay, so these people were also doing trade here in America. They also wanted to do trade. So here what happens when they went to do trade, there was a fight between French people and British people. The French people here, they had a boundary line, and British people, they were here, they had a boundary line here. Now they wanted to increase their land, okay, so that they can expand the territory for business purposes. But here this French people did not allow. Okay, these French people did not allow for this expansion. So here these British people, they contacted back in England. Okay, they went back to England, they contacted back, and they told, like, dear king, we are in need of your forces. Okay, dear king, here from England, we are in need of your forces, because we want to defeat these French people here in America. Okay, we want to defeat the French people here in America. So here what happens, the England decided to send lot of troops. They decided to send lot of troops, and that is how the people, they started coming here, and now there is a fight between the French and the Britishers. So this is what a small territory dispute ends up into a big battle. So this battle happens here in French and between French and the English, and here French people are defeated. Okay, French people are defeated. So when these French people are defeated, British gets full right of utilizing these territories. Okay, British gets full right. British people, the businessmen, they get full right to utilize that territory. Now what happens after the war is over? The England king, he says that you went there to do business, but unfortunately there was a war. Okay, I also helped you during the war, but now, yes, Selvadev, நான் explain பண்றேன், don't worry. But first நீங்க கேட்டுங்க. Okay, first you try to listen to the story, then I'll explain you in separate Tamil classes will be taken. Don't worry about it. Okay. So now what happens here? The English king, he decided that the businessmen there in America are responsible for the war losses or financial losses. It was very expensive. The war was very expensive because soldiers were traveling from Europe, they came here and they fought in the land of America, and that is how there was fight. Okay, now the king told all the expenses. Okay, all the expenses these British colonies should take care of. Okay, they should pay the taxes. Okay, these British people should pay the taxes. Now what happened? The colonies here, they felt like a stepmotherly treatment. Okay, they felt like a stepmotherly treatment. They felt that we are also citizen of England, but why we are being treated in a different way? So in this way, there was a rift between the king and the administration here. So these people, they requested, please don't increase the taxes, please don't do any changes in the tax laws like that. But the king didn't listen. He started increases the taxes. Okay, the moment he increased the taxes, what happened? There was disharmony in these colonies. Okay, here there were total 13 colonies. Okay, here there were total 13 colonies. Friends, before studying this American Revolution, you should know that there are people like George Washington, then there are people like Sam Adams, then there are people like Benjamin Franklin, okay, then Thomas Paine. These are 4 to 5 people, those who are related to this American Revolution. Okay, so these people are playing very important role in this American Revolution. You have to keep in mind. If you are taking any book, for example, a lot of students are there here. They are referring Pathfinder as a book. Yes, Pathfinder is a good book, but there is not much sufficient materials to prepare for these exams like UPSC. It could be a guiding light. Okay, it will show you the way what is there, what is not there, but it is not going to show like what exactly is there. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you which is not there in those books, which is not there in these NCRTs and all, but this kind of questions are asked in your NDA examinations. Okay, so first thing I will talk about here, there is a person called as Sam Adams is a person. Okay, then you have a person called as George Washington. Okay, George Washington is a person. Then you have Benjamin Franklin, and he's a scientist also. I can just put it here, Benjamin Franklin. Okay, then you have people like Thomas Paine. Okay, Thomas Paine. Now, this person is very, very important, Thomas Paine, because he was a person who wrote a book called as Common Sense. Okay, Common Sense. He was a person who wrote a book that is Common Sense. And this Common Sense is called as the Constitution of America. Okay, this Common Sense is called as the Constitution of America. This you have to keep in mind. So, friends, while discussing about this American Revolution, I'm going to talk about what are the roles played by this Sam Adams, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and all those people, right? Okay. So here, as the king started increases the taxes. Okay, what is the king doing? The king is increasing the tax on the sugar. Now, why sugar? The question is why there was tax on sugar, sugar tax. Now, in America, what happens? These people used to drink lot of alcohol. Okay, Americans used to drink, or Americans in the sense, the Britishers used to drink lot of alcohol. So, in order to prepare alcohol, there are a lot of products like from sugar there is a byproduct like molasses and all. So, this is one of the byproducts. So, what happens? The king started increasing the tax on the sugar. So, the Britons, those who were settled here in North America, they got angry and they told this is injustice. Okay, this is injustice. They were ready to pay the tax, but now they told one statement, that is no representation, no representation. Okay, this thing you have to be no tax. This is the statement, no tax without representation. Okay, no tax without representation. What does it mean? See, here this is North America and here there is Europe. Okay, here this is North America and here there is Europe. What was the idea? The tax paid by the Britishers here, the tax paid by the Britishers here will be utilized by the king here. Okay, they are nowhere they are going to make use for the development of these British colonies. Okay, so the idea here was the British colonies are going to pay the money to the king, and this king will utilize for himself. Okay, the king will make use for himself to develop his kingdom or his property, something like that. Okay, so this becomes a bone of contention, and now these 13 colonies, okay, these 13 colonies in First Continental Congress, there is a place in America. The name of this place is Philadelphia. Okay, the name of the place is Philadelphia. So in Philadelphia, it was decided that no tax without representation. We will give the tax, but without representation, we are not going to do it. What does it mean? In British Parliament, okay, in British Parliament, okay, in British Parliament, we want representation. These 13 colonies, they require representation here so that the money sent by them will be utilized, there will be transparency. Okay, so as long as there is no representation in the British Parliament, we are not going to pay the taxes. Okay, this was the demand by the 13 colonies. Okay, on this issue, the king got more angry and he started putting more tax. Okay, the king got more angry and he started putting more tax. Now comes a very important person here into this picture, and he is nothing but Sam Adams. Okay, Sam Adams, and he is favoritely called as Uncle Sam. Okay, he is favoritely called as Uncle Sam. Now, what this guy is doing, he is gathering some minute men. Okay, he is gathering some minute men with him, and these people are Native Americans. Okay, these people are Native Americans already settled in America, and with the help of these people, what is Sam Adams doing? He is attacking the forces from the British. Since these people refuse to pay the taxes, the England king, okay, the king of England send troops. Okay, see, this is America. Okay, this is America and this is England. The king, what he did, he sent more troops to North America so that they will pay the taxes. And this is becoming a shame on these 13 colonies. So that is why Sam Adams, on one side, he started something called as minute men. Okay, he's gathering minute men, he's training them for war. Okay, with arms and ammunition. For example, in Indian history, you have studied about Bhagat Singh, Batukeshwar Datta, then Batukeshwar Dutt, Chandrasekhar Azad. In this way, here Sam Adams is starting to fight with these people. Okay, so here this is one person you have to keep in mind. On one side, there is something called as Boston Tea Party. Okay, Boston Tea Party. Always there is a confusion between Boston Tea Party and Boston Massacre. Okay, Boston Massacre. Now, what is this Boston Tea Party or Boston Massacre? Boston is a port. Okay, Boston is a port. In that place, these troops used to come and they used to come into America. From England, they will come to Boston, and from Boston, they will come to the mainland of England, America. Here in Boston, what happened? There was some group of protesters. Okay, there were some group of protesters. They were protesting against the tax act, and here there were some police or military, those who were surrounded. Okay, on four sides they were surrounded by some military men. Now, what happened when this peaceful protest was going on? All of a sudden, from this crowd, okay, all of a sudden from this crowd, someone shouted fire. Okay, so when someone shouted as fire, these policemen they thought that they have been given an order to fire on these people, and they started firing on these people, and many innocent protesters died. So this is called as Boston Massacre. Okay, and what is Boston Tea Party? One day, what happened? This Sam Adams and all these people they dressed up like a native Indians. Okay, the North American people are called as native Indians. Okay, they started dressing up like that. They entered into the Boston port, and there were a lot of ships. Okay, there were a lot of ships, and on that ships there were a lot of boxes of tea. I can tell this is crates of tea. Okay, crates of tea means what? Tea boxes. So all these boxes were thrown one by one. It was thrown into the sea. So this is called as Boston Tea Party. Okay, why it was done? In order to oppose the tax on tea, then tax on stamp, tax on bill. Okay, all these things were going on. So slowly, the king patience lost, and now there is one big fight going on between the king and the 13 colonies. What is that? There are two places that is called as Lexington and Concord. Lexington and Concord. So what is this Lexington and Concord? Suppose if this is Lexington, here there is a place called as Concord. Okay, this is a place, Lexington. So the British troops, the king's troops, they came here. There was a news, there was an information that in Concord there are a lot of weapons. Okay, there are a lot of weapons in Concord. So people, the British the King's troop, they decided first we will attack Lexington. Lot of Sam Adams minutemen will be killed. Okay, and from here they will go to Concord. They will attack this place, and from there they will come back so that the backbone of this Sam Adams will be broken. So here what happened? Lexington it was attacked, and near about 80 minute men were killed. Okay, 18 pirate men were killed. They went to Concord. While returning back, what happened? All these troops were under fire. Okay, all these troops were under fire, and many soldiers died here. Okay, many troops died here. So now this began a success thing for the Sam Adams and all other guys. Now what happened in the end? There was a massacre. It is an important battle called as Battle of Bunker Hill. Okay, this is very important. In Battle of Bunker Hill, do or die battle. Okay, this is called as do or die battle of this American Revolution. In this Battle of Bunker Hill, Sam Adams and George Washington. Okay, I'll talk about George Washington. Who is this George Washington? He was the founder of Continental Army. Okay, he was the founder of Continental Army. So this George Washington, he formed this Continental Army, and then he attacked. There was a fight between this Continental Army and the King's troop in a place called as Bunker Hill. In this Bunker Hill battle, Continental Army won, and that is how the battle was won. And all the troops they came from Boston. They started boarding the ship from Boston, and they went back to England. Okay, so this is what happens here. And in Second Continental Congress, okay, this is a meeting, Second Continental Congress. It was again in the same place that is called as Philadelphia. Okay, both the First Continental Congress and Second Continental Congress, both were held in the place called as Philadelphia. Okay, Philadelphia is a place, you can just check it in your Google. Okay, here in the Second Continental Congress, Benjamin Franklin, he decides, okay, Benjamin Franklin decides independence, declaration of independence from where? From the King of England. They decide that we are no more your citizen, we are going to take care of North America. You don't please interfere in our day-to-day matters. So this is what happens in American Revolution. And after this, one important thing is when this meeting was going on, there was a person called as Thomas Paine. Okay, there was a person called as Thomas Paine. He was the person who wrote a book. I have already told you. Okay, who wrote a book that is called as Common Sense. So this book was responsible for the making of the Constitution of America, and in this book it is written about all the fundamental rights and all. So what are the expected questions for you in upcoming ND examination? George Washington is related to what? Whether it was related to Minutemen or Continental Congress, Then they will ask you a question on Common Sense was a book written by whom? Okay, so this is what you have to keep in mind. Common Sense was written by Thomas Paine. Benjamin Franklin, he was the head of this Continental Congress, and not only from history perspective, he is very famous from the science perspective also. Okay, he was the person who discovered static electricity. He was the person who told that the lightning, it is full of electrons. Okay, there is flow of charge in it. He did an experiment during a rainy season by tying a key to the kite. Okay, next. So this is what you have to keep in mind. Apart from this, there will be chronology or something like that. If any doubt you have, you can just WhatsApp us on 7598486430. I'll repeat the number again: 7598486430. So we'll clear the doubts. We have like special notes about it, question papers. You can practice it and crack the exam easily. So this is what American Revolution is. Tomorrow we'll come up with Russian Revolution, French Revolution. Then you have something called as World War One, World War Two, all those things. Okay. So see you friends. Share this video to your friends so that they can also pass this examination. Thank you. See you next time. Jai Hind.